She walked into that tiny little booth and screamed at the top of her lungs, and everybody looked at each other. It seems so normal now. It seems so like, that's Rico. That wasn't Rico at the time.
That was like the start of everything.
In hip-hop, collaboration has always been the wave, and nothing shifts the culture like the relationship between artist and producer. In season 2 of The Formula, we're deciphering the cipher and tracking what happens when kindred spirits collab and produce a body of work deep enough to drown out the noise. Rico Nasty and Kenny Beats became just about the loudest, unlikeliest duo in rap, after an impromptu studio session turned the Sugar Trap Princess into rap's raging queen of scream. Rico found her voice, Kenny conjured the beat, and together they built the kind of trust they need to tap into something primal.
Oh, not this tag.
Kenny Beats.
Sugar Trap, don't worry about a bitch you never been in your place. Always moving silence, never question your fate. Always checking on your niggas, gotta make sure they straight. If I'm getting money, then you know we all gotta play.
Rico was one of my favorite artists before we ever met. So I had sent her these messages. I got a response once saying, send something, or like, here's an email. Went cold after that.
I feel like that should be fucking with my mental health. Like, I don't really like to check my social media, like, daily.
One day, randomly, I got a DM and it said, pull up.
When I hit them back, I make sure I make it snappy.
I walked into a scene, 3 different producers all cooking up. She had asked one person for a dance record, one person for a rap beat, one person for this. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to be caught in the mix. I'm just going to be another person in here trying to please the queen.
I think that was the first time Kenny ever worked with a female rapper. So I think he was just nervous.
She's not even the 15th first female rapper I worked with. So she wishes.
He was pulling up more melodic stuff. And I was like, no, like, something I could stomp a bitch out to. Like, just give me something crazy.
She said, do you have any heavy metal? I was in Slipknot cover bands when I was a kid. Like, I have a metal side to me. I'd never thought I was going to be asked that question by any artist I was a fan of at the time. I'm just thinking distorted guitars, something mean. And I found that little chug sound. I put one snare on it. Very underwhelming, but it was just that. And then I think I added a layer. That's a snare like Tommy Lee would pick. Like that's a snare you'd hear in a Def Leppard song.
I was like, okay, that's that. And I just went in.
Thank God I ain't have to smack a bitch today. Fucking God. Smack a bitch today. Thank God I ain't have to smack a bitch today.
Within 20 seconds of her making this song, everybody in the room was losing it. Most metal singers that I've ever talked to, it's like this, it's not this, Rico was fucking screaming at the top of her lungs.
I was feeling like how I felt when I was like fucking 13, bro. I felt like people didn't like me. So what are you gonna do about it? Kind of like talking to myself almost. Don't worry about a bitch who never been in your place. Always move in silence, never question your fate. Always checking on your niggas, gotta make sure they straight. And if I'm getting money, then you know we all gotta play.
Since a baby in a tummy, mama knew I was great. They can play me like a dummy, they know what not to take. Fuck these niggas, cause the money, only thing I'ma chase. Time is precious, that's the only thing I try not to waste.
I didn't really know how to control a session the way that I did until I worked with Kenny. It was a very, very, like, crucial turning point. I feel like not even just as an artist, but me as a human, like it wasn't no more, do I care if people like me? It's what do I like?
I caught a moment with Rico. Fuck my beat. Like beats are so replaceable. So really, how are you capturing that moment with that artist? That's the reason I make music, is for moments like that. I swear to God.
Yeah, I might sell out, but I ain't no The kids stay around even though the doors let out. Had a lot of built up anger that I had to let out. Lost a few friends, me and money never fell out. The expression of anger is a form of rejuvenation. I'm screaming inside of my head.
The expression of anger is a form of rejuvenation. You could tell where we were at. My friend Dom, who is also works with me at Dots, and he recommended a couple things to Rico. And one of those things was this book, Primal Scream.
Arthur Janov's book of Primal Scream Therapy.
This book talked about this method of releasing not only your sins, but your emotional trauma and all the things that have gone on in your life through screaming. This is bigger than I come to the studio, I scream, I feel better for some reason. It's actually a proven science.
It's almost like therapy. Like every day I'm going to come to the studio and whatever's on my mind, I'm going to blurt it out.
There was this conversation in the studio about what does a temper tantrum actually feel like? And how do we make this album feel like, how do we do that with music? You got to come on strong, and then you got to get a little manic, and then you got to end up melodic.
Whoa, kid it. I'm the best at being me, a lot of y'all can't relate. The only thing I care about is if it's food on my plate. Every time I hit the stage, it be a sold out day. Remember back when I used to sit in line and wait? Now it's mine I take. Every time they hate, and these people don't know shit about the time it take. Try to box it in, I don't need no oxygen. You can leave me to die, I was born to win. You just gotta love your...
So that whole first verse, I'm just talking to the people who really got shitted on. Definitely the LGBTQ community, because like a lot of them, they got told what they were doing was wrong, or that they weren't making sense, or they was crazy, that they were ugly, that they were weird. Like, it would be kids that came to my show and they would be dealing with these same issues. Like, I don't have any friends. This is the first time I left the house in months. Like, you're trying to box me in. I don't need no oxygen. Like, imagine you trying to kill something, but it doesn't even need air to breathe. You can't kill it. You can leave me to die. I was born to win. And I just feel like most people who get bullied in middle school are superstars. So if you're bullying somebody, you might want to stop.
Yeah, I might sell out, but I ain't no sellout. The kids stay around even though the doors let out. Had a lot of built up anger that I had to let out. Lost a few friends, me and money never fell out. Yeah, I might sell out, but I ain't no sellout. The kids stay around even though the doors let out.
We started putting these focal points on her ad-libs, on these grunts she was doing, on these little screams. That was so much a part of why Rico felt different than everybody, and why when people even sent her that metal kind of Rico Nasty kind of thing, they don't realize it's in the vocals.
When I was growing up, I used to do choir and I was in church and stuff. So I learned that like they would put us in different groups based on our voices. And I just took that technique and put it into screaming. So I scream low, like as low as I can, like from the pit of my stomach. And then I scream like more personality. All right. All right. All right. Like you gotta... Most of my other songs have more oomph in the ad-libs. This one is more mellow. This one is more... I just want them to hear the words.
I'm screaming inside of my head in hopes that I'm easing the pain. Memories in my brain, thinking I'm going insane. Everyone knowing my name, but somehow I'm feeling the same.
Yeah, I might sell out, but I ain't no sellout. The kids stay around even though the door's let out, because they just want to tell me about how I helped them out. I won't let them down.
It almost felt like she wasn't really rapping. She kind of just was fitting together all the shit that she had to say in the last minute in this verse, so you have some context. And she didn't have to give you that. So I think it's beautiful she did.
I remember when I like first made it, I literally cried. Because I felt like that was the most transparent I had been since Tales of Taco Bella.
It's saying, I see you. That's what her music does for people. People really see themselves and their story and their issues and their trauma and their frustration in her. And she's saying to them, I'm still here. I beat it. I'm good. Scream with me.
Kids stay around even though the doors let out. Had a lot of built up anger that I had to let out. Lost a few friends, me and money never fell out.
I never want to make a song with Kenny and someone say, y'all still doing that? Bruh, I treasure that relationship too much. Like, the next song we make will probably be number one everywhere.